Hello everyone. So on our Instagram and on YouTube, we had asked you to send any queries if you have, and we found some similar queries to our current students who are there with the Career Command. And this is to say that I'm sure all of us have similar issues when it comes to preparing for SSB, to even understand if we are ready for it, to know, what if our practices are not enough, and if you're doing any mistake, right? So it's totally understandable. And here in today's video, we've picked up the top 5 queries which are very repetitive in nature from different entries, so that it gives you some idea of that, that you don't have to worry and that you're in the right track. Maybe here and there you'll have to do an improvement, but it's not definitely a big worry. All right, so let's start with that. One of our most common things, and believe me, this was also my question during my SSB, is that is 15 days SSB enough? The coaching, basically, right? To answer this, it is like, we shouldn't take the coaching as the core of our preparation for SSB, because coaching is just an element that helps you be better and to know things probably that you didn't know. The right mentors that are out there who are coaching or mentoring people, they help you understand yourself better in mistake. But it is not that the 15 days is enough or not enough. Like, you can take a personal example also. Like during my first SSB, I had like 7 days or something before I quit my job and go to the SSB. And within that 7 day, whatever I prepared is what I did. And I came as All India rank 5. It is not about the number of days particularly for your SSB. It is mainly that how much do you know yourself and how well can you tell about yourself during your SSB. Now, let's speak about this 15 days again to just clarify that, when it comes to coaching, what we try to do in that 15 days of coaching is that we help you understand and know the whole process of SSB interview, so that you don't have any surprise element when you go there and last minute have any kind of second thoughts, right? So this 15 days is primarily for you to understand and to know the SSB process. Next, it is also like a kickstart practice. Like, for those of you who have never had any practice before for SSB, you get to have a good number of like exhaustive practices, so that you are clear and that you're unable to cope up with the requirement. Like, let's say it could be the time pressure, it could be certain way of writing, it could be certain mannerism of thinking and behaving. So you get a lot of practices in those 15 days. And next, of course, these kind of coaching help you clarify your doubts. Sometime when you prepare on your own, you may or may not have the right answers to all the questions that pop up in your mind. Similarly, your friends or your seniors that you're trying to refer to may or may not be able to give you the expected answers, because of which most people seek a lot of questions and clarifications during SSB coaching, and which is totally fair, because when the experts in the field and the people who have been recommended before give you their experience, it gives you a lot of hope and clarity on what you're doing is right or wrong. So this is the whole idea of 15 days. But I would definitely say, do not just bank on the 15 days of coaching. You must definitely practice before and after coaching, because it is the idea that coaching is just the knowledge. How you apply is where your wisdom comes from, right? Who you really are comes out of the coaching. Well, you're trying to shape yourself, definitely. But please keep in mind that you cannot just completely bank on it. You need to practice before, after, and at all times exhibit your qualities in your day-to-day life. All right, so I hope that clears. And definitely you can go to coaching. A lot of you have asked questions about will I get rejected for going to coaching? Why did they ask me during my GTO if I've been coached, and etc. It is not that they're trying to reject you because you're going for coaching. Coaching has a lot of elements. Sometimes when you're getting coached, you forget who you are and probably choose to follow the instructions of a coach, where basically you lose your reality, and that can be caught during your GTO or during any of your tests during SSB. Going to coaching or being mentored by somebody is definitely not a taboo, so you don't have to worry about that. But as long as you can keep your originality, your original character intact, even if you're coached by somebody else, you learn from someone else, or you learn from someone's mistakes and etc., it is important that you are who you are and you're able to get that version out perfectly in the SSB center, so that the assessor has to know you to select you or not. If you project a version of someone else, are you going to be selected? That's the question. So again, going to the base, the 15 days has nothing to do with whether whether you'll get immediate success with the 15 days or whether you'll get rejected. Is it too less, or is coaching going to be an issue for you? So I hope that clears out. The next question, that is again another common thing. This question usually is from the ACC entry. And for those of you who don't know what ACC entry, it is for a Jawan. After 5 years, they are eligible to apply for officer entry. All right. Now, I have also had this question coming from one of the NCC cadet. So when we say officer ki tarah socho, I mean, it's a very common thing in coaching business when you say think like an officer if you want to be an officer. Even for other things, if you want to be somebody successful, think like a successful person. You want to be somebody like a disciplined person, be like a disciplined person, right? The idea behind this particular term, that officer like thinking or officer like behavior, the basic thing, officer like quality, is that, let's take an example. Now, everybody knows or has an idea of what an officer is like. Now, when I say officer, I'm not just talking about the armed force officer in general, right? It's somebody who can handle problems in the most swift manner. Someone who can respond very politely, even in dire situations which require impoliteness or rudeness, because officers are trained and in their complete mind control to know how to behave in every different situation. Next, it is important to be logical, to be very practical, to be polite, and also to know your priorities. So if you look at it, when people say think like an officer, behave like an officer, it is not something that you're not aware of already. You know what it is like. It is just trying to tell you that you need to carry that kind of aura, the confidence that an officer has. Like, just look at an officer walking, the kind of confidence that radiates from them. They don't have to do anything. It's there. It is just who they are, right? So the idea of think like an officer is to look at any problem in a bigger picture manner and not just be like, oh, ye mere se nahi hoga, or will I be able to do this? An officer never says no to any challenges. Sure, maybe inside, but they never radiate it out, do they? So that's the whole thing that is required from you when you look at a problem. Okay, maybe I'm also like talking like any other person, just giving yarn. So let me give you a practical example of it. Let's say, putting officer quality into use, right? Let's say you see a road accident happen, okay? And this could also be like a situation reaction test. When there is a road accident happening, most common reaction of a person would be about calling an ambulance, getting the person to the hospital to save their life. And some people, sure, reject it as well, like, they just brush it off. But here's a difference how it would be for an officer to think. What are the things that go in their mind? First thing first, they definitely will call the ambulance and make sure this person goes to safety. But while also doing that, they will ensure this, assurance of that person, whether that person is really worried. Sometimes it's not the accident that kills a person. It's also the confidence or that fear that they might, die, right? So in such a situation, an officer will make sure he's assuring that person that they're okay. They try to call their first contact if the person was alone. They also make sure the damages are, it's not too big or something for the person to worry. It could also be that they try to connect with the traffic police. Let's say they have to go somewhere. They can't keep handling the whole problem. They will try to get the traffic police involved or the local police involved, right? There's also an element of clearing the road traffic. They'll not create a scene over there. Maybe some situation, but in a common situation, they will not try to create a chaos where it hampers everybody's issue. So these are all meticulously thought through. It is not just ki you have this problem, you're going to solve it. No, it is about how do you overall handle all the issues as well. And when we say overall, it has to make sure that there is no element that gets affected, and that even if it is, there is a solution to it. So it's like the big picture thinking. That is the main way of talking about an officer. Even the slightest of a problem, an officer, when we say think like an officer, it just means you need to make sure there is nothing left behind for someone else to do. That you know what you're doing, you know every action and also its result. Right? It's not going to be complicated. And for this, you don't have to be an officer. You just have to be somebody who has situational awareness, who has social awareness, who knows where to approach for help and how to approach, right? These are not all difficult things. The OLQs that are given as your guidelines, or this is the expectation, are bare minimum from anybody who can sensibly tackle a situation. So do not get bogged down when this saying of, think like an officer, officer ki tarah socho comes in picture. You can do it given that you have enough patience to handle a situation. Also, if you currently don't have that going on for you, with practice you definitely can. Kids don't do problem solving at the immediate start of their walking stage, right? They are given such a certain situation as they grow up, and they learn how to develop problem solving skills or how to take decisions and etc. So similarly, you can build the skills just by practicing, getting exposed to different situations. That doesn't mean go play stand in the road for an accident or something. All I'm saying is take any situation, practice. Think further, think deeper, get to know yourself better, get to know your first reaction that you have. And in case it's a negative reaction, work on how you can make it positive. In case you go blank because you don't know how to do, think again and again on different perspective. What would this person do? What would that person do? This way it helps you think better. All right. Now, moving on. English. Okay, so this was another thing. I think this would have come from people who are not comfortable in English. I don't know English, and so confidence is shaken. Another myth I would say about SSB is that a lot of people think English is the requirement, base requirement to become an officer. And to be very frank, it is not. English is just the medium to express yourself during an SSB, and also to keep a common language for all officers or officer candidates, right? So in this case, when you think English nahi aati, confidence nahi aati, confidence is you. English is just the words that's coming out of you, right? So please make sure that you don't keep yourself inside a particular line telling ki English nahi aata, kya kare. English is not a difficult language. Most of the words in your day-to-day life are English. You know what it is like to speak in English because, in basic school education we have. What you probably are lacking is the practice, the regularity of speaking in English. And what can you do about it? Practice. Eat English, walk like English, speak English, sleep English. Everything has to be English. At least till, a month before your SSB, you need to be completely speaking in English. And there are n number of methods that we have to help you speak in English comfortably, just like anybody else, right? It all just comes with practice. English is not your basic criteria for becoming an officer. Okay, I personally know a lot of officers today who back in the days did not really know, but what they did definitely do is that they were always carrying some book, they were having notes in their hand, making points and practicing the words. They hear some new words, and this back in the days, like 2015, 14 and stuff, back in the days itself, I knew candidates who used to write words just because they heard it somewhere, but they didn't know the meaning and they wanted to refer it later. So that's how you learn. And obviously, even after you're selected, you still have time till you go to the academy and then train further. By the time you're an officer, you'll be able to speak. So language should not be the reason what's hesitating or stopping you from giving your best self. It is just a matter of practice, and there are n number of methods out here that will help you with practicing. So you do not have to worry about English. All right. Next, is it too late to start practicing? Well, I'm not sure exactly on what context and how many days you think is late or early, but let me give you a personal example of mine and also of people that I have known. I've known people who have prepared for almost a year or at the least 6 months before the entry, like from one entry to the other, who could not clear, although they have been practicing for quite some time, right? But I also know people, and I also belong to one of those category, who within a few days were ready to prepare and go for it. Like I said, I quit my job and I had like 7 days left before I go for my SSB. We did have. It is not too late or too early to start practicing. It is about the quality of your practice. That is, in a day, how much are you practicing? And it's not even about duration, I feel. It is about what are you practicing? like, before you start practicing, do you even know what element that you need to work on yourself? That is more important. Now, some people who are already good with their physical physical structure, physical agility, they still go around practicing for physical work. Why? SSB is not all about physical thing, right? It's just a small element which again does not have high priority, because psychology is the base. So in psychology, it's a huge place. What in psychology do you have to practice? So there is a lot other things that you need to know, and it has to begin with somebody telling you, or you realizing, hey, this is what you need to practice on. So there is no particular timeline when it comes to SSB practice. There are so many people who have just gone, like I know a colleague, ex-colleague of mine, who literally just walked into the SSB and probably knew himself well, and he just got cleared. And there are people genuinely who still after multiple attempts could not clear, in spite of being coached or in spite of severe practices. This is probably because they don't realize the real problem, or they're not really focusing on what they need to do. So let us take that, the key is to know what to prepare and how much to prepare and when. Okay, and apart from that, if you think the time is what it is, prioritize to know yourself better. Okay, because SSB is about you and the assessor knowing who you are. So for that, you need to know yourself first to project it out, right? So whatever time you have, if you think you're too late for preparing, begin with knowing yourself. If you think it's too late to write, start writing already, because you need to put your words, your thoughts into something so the assessor can assess it. Start writing. Nothing is late. Even if you have only 2 days of SSB, you still can make it, given that you know yourself, given that you are able to write or speak, basically express yourself as you are, right? No, so do not restrict yourself with it. And max to max, worst case scenario, even if it is late, what is the problem? You still get an experience of going to the SSB center, knowing where you are, right? Like, you will still know that this is the best for now, and the progress you can see. You're not at any loss. You're only going to know yourself better, and you never know if luck is in your hand, and if your raw self is what they want for selection, you will be there. So nothing is late, nothing is too early in when it comes to reaching your dream. So please don't restrict yourself based on this as well. Okay, um today's last query that we'll be addressing: आइडियाज लेट आते हैं, टाइम प्रेशर से मैच नहीं होता है. ओके, okay, this is something totally understandable for any fresher or repeater or anybody who's just going for an SSB interview. It is totally natural that under pressure we may or may not have the best ideas or the bright ideas, but it does not mean that you don't have ideas at all, right? As this person said, ideas late aate hain. Sure, that's probably because you don't have practice of thinking with time pressure. So what you can do is set time, like, look at a random picture. Like, for example, you can see on the screen in my picture here, there are these hands up there and something written. Just think about it and come up with as many ideas as you can. Put time pressure. Like, one of the things that I do, and I also tell my trainees, is that time pressure dalo and keep writing all the ideas that can pop up just by the hand. And of course, try to think as positive as you can about it, right? So a lot of ideas will come, and also will come at the right time when you set that time pressure for you. SSB, if it gives you 4 minutes as a time pressure, you give yourself 2 minutes as a time pressure to think. Develop it that way, so that 4 minute in SSB is not a big deal for you. And pressure is kept because that is the requirement as an officer. Like, once you're selected, you never know what you're going to be up against, right? So if you think everything has to be in comfort, and if you think late aate hain, but I know that I have an officer quality, it's not gonna work. Everything that an officer might do in the future would be a matter of a split-second decision. For that, you need to train yourself. Of course, later, once you clear, go to academy or experience, that will come. No officer is just made just because they're recommended. They go through hell to be who they are today, right? But don't stop yourself again with this key. Don't start telling yourself you don't know, yaar, late aate hain. If you keep telling yourself ideas late aate hain, ideas late hi aayenge. So make sure a simple thing, like I said, this example of this hand here, make some idea. You see green curtain, make some stories about it. You see some pictures, like, like in front of me I have these mood boards, what we call it as things that inspire you, or things that, you know, randomly just brightens your day. Every picture, every element in it, take it and make ideas, but keep time pressure for yourself, so that if this is a challenge for you, you overcome that challenge. It is not going to be like, you know, magically one day just because you practice something that happened, right? You need to set your discipline, you need to make it a challenge for you today, so that the next time when you actually appear for something, it is not a challenge for you. So please keep in mind that while there are of course many questions, and also in our second video we'll address the remaining questions, but these five seem to be like a very common problem for most SSB aspirants, and that we wanted to address it, right? Now, before we conclude, know that the idea, main and thing, the only thing that SSB requires is you know yourself and you show yourself to them. Okay, there is no shortcut to this. Sure, there may be some format of writing and speaking, but there is no hiding, or there is no shaping of how you are and who you are, because all of us are unique. We all have unique traits. No same recommended candidates are, you know, similar to each other. Similar traits in certain manner, but characters will be on different levels itself, right? So don't bog down yourself, don't compare yourself with somebody, don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself. You know what it is, and in case you don't know, feel free to join Career Command. You know, you can text us, you can send us a DM, or even on the comment section you can ask us for questions. We'll happily clear for you. But main request is that don't underestimate yourself before even you've gone to the challenge. Also, don't overestimate yourself, because, you know, that could be on a downside. But the idea is that start today without having second thoughts. If you know this is the dream that you have, what are you wasting your time on, right? So make sure you're there, you're reaching your goal in all possible manners. It is okay to take help from your seniors, friends. It is perfectly okay to go to a coaching center in case you feel they can help, because what we look at is not just SSB, we look at overall development also. So all you have to do is know what help you need to ask, so that the right person can also help you back. All right. Okay, thank you so much. And we have more queries coming in. If you have similar queries, or if you want to address some of your queries, please feel free to put a comment, so that we can address it for you in the next video on. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.